Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the press conference of the Foreign Ministers of Estonia and Jordan. Foreign Minister of Estonia, the word is yours.
Thank you and welcome everybody here. I'm honored to host my Jordanian colleague Ayman Safadi here in Tallinn. Welcome to Estonia, welcome to Tallinn. We had very good meeting, very practical ones, and also we are sharing the same values and unfortunately we're sharing the same position geographically because we are the frontliners in our both regions. So Jordan is our good partner and a friend, and given the multitude of crises we face, we had much to speak about. We discussed Russia's aggression in Ukraine, and I gave the overview of Estonia's contribution to helping Ukraine and emphasized that by waging the war, Russia continues to violate international law and ignores the right of its neighbor Ukraine to sovereignty and territorial integrity and the basic principles of the United Charter. And the United Charter and these principles are what we are sharing, and these are the most important and existential questions for both of our nations. And I also explained how existential this war is for Estonian. And also we discussed how existential is to find the solutions for the crises. Also, we were, sorry, I lost my voice because of, I don't know what we did. We did before, what we did before the meeting. I'm not going to tell you. But what I wanted to say is Estonia is understanding very clearly the situation in Gaza, in your region as well, and we are very grateful about the Jordan support, humanitarian support, and also that you have welcomed so many refugees, innocent people in your territory, and we are very grateful for your people that you are ready to help and support, and our both interest is to find a peace, to find a two-state solution, finally work for the long term. One sign as well that we are with you and understanding is that Estonia decided to support the United Nations resolution about Palestine. And we understand that all these conflicts are connected. So we need to work together to find the peace and justful peace. It is important as well that we are going to work for the restoration of international law. And we discussed as well bilateral relations, and we have many things to common. Jordan is a leading country in your region as well about different reforms, and what we can work together is about educational reforms on educational system, science level, but also the ITC solutions, and we agreed as well that we will continue with very practical steps. And we signed as well the memorandum of understanding about the political consultations. And I really like, my friend, your practical approach. We agreed already the next steps and we'll commit them and you will see them soon. So thank you again and welcome to Estonia.
Thank you.
Please.
Prime Minister of Jordan, please.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, dear friend, and I'm honored to be here on my first visit to Estonia. And I want to thank you for the warm hospitality, but also I want to thank you for your keen interest that we share in further advancing our ties in practical ways that will reflect positively on both our countries. As His Excellency said, we just signed an MOU on political consultation between our two countries, and we agreed that this will be a step that will be followed by practical assessment of what are the areas on which we can do more cooperation, and we agreed that we'll have our colleagues identify areas where we can have better cooperation to the benefit of the two countries, and then move forward in practical ways that will help us advance cooperation, advance ties, and work together for the advancement of a relation between two countries that, as His Excellency said, share a lot in common, not just in terms of trying to advance our economies, create better opportunities for our people, better future for our countries, but also creating environments of peace that would allow us to do all of that. And we're committed, as His Excellency said, to international law, to UN Charter, because that is the glue that keeps our world together. And unfortunately, we see that this international law and the UN Charter is being applied in double standards in a way that has been manifested in a very brutal and painful way in the past 9 months as the Israeli aggression on Gaza continues. So we want international law to apply on all conflicts equally to all people, regardless of their size or their color or their faith, because that is the foundation of stability for all. On Ukraine, I explained to His Excellency that we stand on principle with the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine, because that is what international law says and that's what's right. And we have an occupation next door. So that is a matter of principle, and we urge that international law be upheld and that the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all nations, including Ukraine, be upheld. But we also urge the same for the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. The war, the aggression on Gaza have violated almost every tenet of international law. The ICJ is looking into plausible genocide. This war has killed more humanitarian workers than any other war in recent history. It destroyed more schools than any war in recent history. It killed more children than any war in recent history, to the extent that Israel now is on the blacklist of the UN in terms of targeting children. So whichever way you look at it, it is brutal, it is in violation of international law, international humanitarian law, and it has to stop. And this has been the focus of the efforts that Jordan and many have been doing to end this aggression, to address the humanitarian catastrophe that we see there as people are starving. As ICP reports say that Gaza is facing famine because starvation is being used as a weapon. And beyond that, to solve the root of this conflict, which is an illegal occupation that deny the Palestinian people the right to self-determination, to freedom and statehood. And this peace is key to global peace, because without peace and stability in the Middle East, the repercussions of this conflict will continue to reverberate into Europe and elsewhere. So we urge all our partners, all our friends to work with us on bringing an end to this aggression and bringing a solution to the conflict on the basis of the two-state solution that will realize the Palestinian state on June 4, 1967 lines with Jerusalem its capital, to live in peace and security with Israel, so that our whole region have peace and security. So I had a very good conversation with my friend on this issue. We're grateful for Estonia's support for the two-state solution. We're grateful for its support for UNRWA, an agency that has lost almost 198 people of its staff in this war, killed by Israeli occupation forces, and an agency that is indispensable, irreplaceable in terms of its ability to provide humanitarian support. So we look forward to continuing to work together bilaterally and also within the EU, that we look at as a partner that has always been working with us to try and bring about peace and stability in the region. And we just warn that if this conflict continues, if the aggression in Gaza continues, regional escalation will be a reality. We see what's happening on the West Bank. Only yesterday, Israel made the largest land grab of Palestinian territory in 30 years. It announced more settlements, which the EU considers illegal, which the whole world considers illegal, and which further undermines the two-state solution, which means it kills the prospects for peace. And we're also looking at Lebanon, and we're warning against escalation in Lebanon, because again, if that front is open, then we're talking about regional escalation. So basically, we are going to continue to work with our friends in Estonia, in the EU, and the rest of the international community to bring this aggression to an end, to bring peace and stability, which can only be realized through the implementation of the two-state solution. And again, my friend, I want to thank you for your principled stand, and I want to thank you for the excellent ties that Jordan and Estonia continue to have, and I look forward to working more with you on advancing our bilateral relations and also working together to achieve peace and stability in your region and in our region on the basis of international law, so that we all can have peace and we can all work towards building better future for our people. Thank you.